Yeah. So how do they
Yeah.
put up interest rates in this environment? I mean, if this is the thing, if inflation gets out of hand, how do you put up interest rates?
Well, this is the problem. Well, first of all, we don't know if we have to yet, because the one thing that is untested, bearing in mind fiat currencies themselves and breaking away from the gold standard is still a 50-year experiment. And we've seen quantitative easing in the US now for almost, 15 years. When you think that 40% of all dollars ever printed have been printed in the last 12 months, let that hang for a minute. And yet,
say that again.
40% of all dollars ever printed have been printed in the last 12 months. And yet,
how?
Well, it's a fact. And 40% of all Americans would struggle to meet an unexpected $400 bill. So where's that money going? That's the big question. But I digress. How can you increase interest rates? It's very, very difficult. What the question that remains unanswered is quantitative easing and the printing of money and the cost of interest on those bonds deflationary in itself? This is a new experience, because if it is, then the argument, at least against the inflation, is that as long as you keep printing more money, the cost is deflationary, but you create these incredible asset bubbles. So you've got wealthy people holding assets, and you've got poor people who can never get on the asset ladder. And that debt at some point has to get to the point where there is not enough productive tax dollars coming in to meet the cost of interest. You can't keep doing it. And
well, the trouble is that what's happening is borrowers effectively are reappropriating the wealth of savers